All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to People in the Boxes, episode 123. If you might be catching the replay. If you see this little video, hit that like button, share us out with your friends. We will be right back in about 4 minutes and 20 seconds and play this little intro and get those likes and shares out ourselves. Be right back to talk about it. Cheers.
Cozy room where the lights are dim sits Waylon the farmer with a heart full of whim. He's not tilling fields or sowing seeds, but planting thoughts, fulfilling needs. People in the Boxes, that's the name of the show, where voices unite, let their stories flow. From all walks of life, they come to share their hopes, their dreams, their daily fare. With headphones on and mic in hand, Waylon invites listeners from across the land. He says, come on in, don't be shy. Let's talk about life, let's give it a try. People in the Boxes, doggies unfold. In this podcast, hearts are bold, breaking down walls with every word. In Waylon's world, everyone's heard. Everyone's heard. From the city slicker to the country lass, every episode a new class, discussing love, work, and everything in between. Waylon's voice, the perfect scene. He cultivates thoughts like crops and rows, his podcast a garden where wisdom grows. No matter the topic, big or small, Waylon's there, connecting us all. So tune into People in the Boxes tonight, where every voice shines and every story's right. With Waylon the farmer, indoors we might be, but through this podcast, we're all free. This song for Waylon, for bringing us together in a world where we all seek to connect forever. People in the Boxes, tune in, you'll find a community where every voice is intertwined. If you cultivate thoughts like crops and rows, every episode a new class, discussing love, work, and every word. In Waylon's world, everyone's heard. From the city slicker to the country lass, every episode a new class, discussing love, work, and everything in between. Waylon's voice, the perfect scene. From the city slicker to the country lass, every episode a new class, discussing love, work, and everything in between. Waylon's voice, the perfect scene. He cultivates thoughts like crops and rows, his podcast a garden where wisdom grows. No matter the topic, big or small, Waylon's there, connecting us all. So tune in to People in the Boxes tonight, where every voice shines and every story's right. With Waylon the farmer, indoors we might be, but through this podcast, we're all free. This song for Waylon, for bringing us together in a world where we all seek to connect forever. With Waylon the Boxes, tune in, you'll find a community where every voice is intertwined.
All right. What's going on, guys? It's People in the Boxes, episode 123, Thursday night, 8 o'clock Central Time. It is December 12th, 12, 12, 24. I feel like it's a math day. Yeah, like I don't know. It just seems like a good math problem. But anyway, we've got a good show for you planned tonight. If you could help us out, hit that like button and share us out and get in the conversation. It's all about bringing everybody a little bit of perspective on common issues. And tonight, it's very, very close to the name of, or it's very close to the reason for the show. But we're going to talk about perception. Perspective and perception are two different things, but very similar things. And so we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it, like things like the Mandela effect. We're going to look into that a little bit. That's pretty crazy. And I just noticed that everything on my screen is backwards. Doesn't seem right at all. Transform, flip. I don't think that's very strange, guys. We are running late on the show tonight, if you haven't noticed. It took me 10 minutes to get my new camera to actually work again. So this goes to show you sometimes buying something new isn't going to fix your problem. But it does do fancy things, I guess. That's fun, but it took me 10 minutes, so that kind of sucked. And now everything looks weird on my screen. Everything's flipped. It's so weird. But anyway, it is what it is. What's up, guys? I see a lot of commenters in the house. We got Kim with us from Legit Bean Review in her new place, in her dark corner, just like most of the songs that I make. They say talk about Waylon in his corner and shit. So we're in the corner. Two of us are. We got Red Six in the house. Oh, he's got a fancy mic. Is that mic plugged in?
Yeah.
Has that always been the mic you used?
Yes.
Maybe I just didn't see it before.
Usually it's out a little farther.
Oh, okay.
But,
I was wondering why you sounded so good just talking to the laptop. You know, that's not usual.
no, I have a mic, but
Chaotic, what's up, man? Yeah, I got this new camera, and for some reason, I ultimately had to reboot my computer to get it to come up. I did everything. I took it off of the OBS. I added a new one. I made it. I changed it. Everything you can think about tech-wise. You know, there's probably something I didn't do, but it is what it is. That's what we're going to say here, because you know what? We passed the 710. We're still going to go ahead and get a dab or two in, because man, it's stressful for me. I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually really try to be on time. Like every show, I try to be right on the money. If I'm a couple minutes late, it happens, but 10 minutes late is unusual for sure. I'm not that worried about it, but I'm just glad everything worked finally. I should have rebooted sooner. I think that's what it is. I can't leave my computer on for like 2 days and then expect it to work, I guess. I run it pretty hard, guys. You know that with all the stuff that I do. Like, I'm using that computer a lot, meaning I am probably going to have to replace my older computer. I have two computers running this stuff right now. My older computer actually has a message that keeps popping up saying, get ready for like no longer getting support, because it's like a Windows 10 or something. It's like an older operating system. So they're like, yeah, you're not going to get any more support soon. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, real quick, I'll let you guys know, anybody that's watching, if you are wanting to get in on the chance to win a game night ticket, we do that every Thursday. You just have to hit that like button and share us out if you can. You get an additional chance. You go to X and to Rumble. So that's 2 more chances you can get. Let's go. But yeah, Chaotic, if you're still in here, check out what I could do now. I have to make it very theatrical when I do it. I can't just. That's boring. I don't want to do that. Hey, what's up, Terry? I see you on YouTube and Rumble. I see everybody popping around. Thank you very much. So, Kim and I kind of came up with this together. I was trying to. How was I wording it first? I said. Let's see. I worded it differently at first. I was like, self-image. And this is a little broader version of that topic, because, you know, perception can be a lot more than just yourself. But it is a lot about yourself. The reason I wanted to bring self-image into it was because a lot of times we have a much harsher view of ourselves than other people do. We all know narcissists, which would be the opposite of that, someone who, has a very, very positive view of themselves, even more so than they can really back up a lot of times. And so that's few and far between. That's why we don't like it. That's why we call them narcissists, right? Because most people are the other way around. We kind of, there's all kinds of little flaws about ourselves that we don't like. And a lot of times they're flaws that nobody else even knows, like, or even sees or anything. Pretty sad. So does that have 360 camera or just camera like an action or action hero? It doesn't go, I don't think it goes a full 360, but it goes like at least 180. It goes at least to 180. And that's another thing. I mean, that's actually a good point with the topic, perception. I got the new camera. I was like, let me try to get an upgraded camera. And when I was looking at cameras, I thought, well, look at this one. It does what they call tracking, right? So they can track me, and that's kind of cool. So I thought, okay, we'll just go with that. And now I'm getting used to a different perception or a different angle that I can kind of use, right? Like I can zoom myself in a little bit here, because I kind of don't like the light in the top of my screen showing. Okay, it's not gonna find my hands. Technology is wonderful. Come on, little guy, you can do it. There you go. Gotcha. I got to come up with a name for my camera. What do you think, Kim? Cammy? I don't know.
Hammy?
Camo? Never mind. That's an inside joke. Hey, what's up, Derek? How are you, brother? Sheena, hello. We got Kayla in the house. We got Brendra. Thank you for tagging very much. We got Sproy in the house. So what do you guys think in the comments? What is the most difficult thing that we have a inaccurate perception of? I think a lot of times it's ourselves, but also most people have very limited knowledge on things that we have a solid image of in our heads. So what I mean by that is, whenever we've talked about science, we talked about history, like whenever so many people think of something as being true, then it's sort of like, what do you call it? A little contagious, where everybody starts to think, well, yeah, that's what that looks like, even if you've never seen it, and that's the reason that we can have that, is because so many people can give perception and say, they can describe a thing, right? Say, okay, so I've never been to the Grand Canyon, but I can look at pictures, I can talk to people that have been there, and so I might think I might have this perception in my head of what it is, but that doesn't really mean I even have a clue. You know what I mean? Like, so I think a lot of times our perception can get us in trouble. You know what I mean? What's up, JC?
Sometimes.
Thank you, Brendra. Yeah. So Kim, you came to the perception word. What do you think it means in relation to our self-image versus the broader word perception? Because perception, we can look. Well, I'm going to look at the different definition, but I'm going to let you guys weigh in here.
I've got it.
Well,
Somewhere.
perception is an opinion that
Okay, I was almost right on. Okay, I see
kind
it.
of like on the fly without having all the information or facts or stuff like that. So it's like I guess you could say it's kind of like a snap judgment in some ways.
It is a lot. That's what I'm reading on the.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be a snap judgment, because, I've worked with my background in teaching is working with kids that had like mental illnesses and stuff. And one of the things that I noticed with these kids was their perception of things wasn't always accurate. and it would lead to a lot of, disputes, altercations, bad feelings, whatever. And a lot of the time it was because, they were, I don't know, they didn't have all the information of something, and then they were going off half cocked about it.
It's like not having the information, but thinking that you know so fully about it. Like it's almost like what's the other way to say it? Like there's another word I'm thinking of. Anyway, but yeah, the definition is exactly that. It says perception is a belief or opinion formed before enough information is available to form it correctly. For example, you might have the perception that all New Yorkers are rude until you visit the city and start meeting friendly people. I mean, yeah, like just kind of like I've been guilty of this. Like the perception to me, if I was to, somebody was to say, hey, I want to buy you a ticket and we're going to go to San Francisco. The first thing I'm going to say is, oh no, watch out for all the poop that's everywhere on all the streets. Like, okay, it's maybe not on every street, but there was so much of it that they created an app for it. So in my head, my perception is it's just going to be everywhere. But that's clearly not true. But you can get paid $100,000 a year to be a street pressure washer. Yeah, poop cleaner.
I've been to San Francisco a few times, and I've never
stepped in it.
No, never even. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I looked into it a long time ago. We talked about it on the show, and I know there was an app for it. I don't know if any of that's true anymore, but that's not really that good of a thing because our sewage systems are they may not be perfect either. I'm not going to say they're perfect, but if we were to just wash all of our feces right out into the ocean, there would be a bigger problem. And so, what's that?
I was just saying hi to Thomas.
Okay, I'm going to find us some music. I keep forgetting I don't have half of the music on the People in the Boxes side, so I think we'll just switch back to my brand kit. Yeah, and then I'll just take out the back picture. There we go. So we got some music on the boxes.
Well, one thing about San Francisco is they have a lot of street people, very large homeless population, a lot of drug addicts.
Where?
In San Francisco.
Well, yeah, that's the other perception is that you're going to get robbed. That's the other thing that you think of when you.
Well, I never got robbed, but one of the things, I had a friend that lived there, and her and her husband, and she told me, she said, she told me when I went to stay there one time, she said, make sure that you have absolutely nothing showing in your car. Absolutely not a stick of gum, nothing. Because they will smash your window to get a piece of gum there. Because people are just there. There's a lot of homeless. There's a lot of street people there, and they don't have any.
I don't know if that's why. That the reason is that it's allowed, and most people are driven to extremes because it's allowed. It's like that. Recently, they just changed that law where. Oh no, this is how. Okay, we talked about this recently, where I think it was San Francisco, where people were allowed to steal up to $950 without getting arrested. You guys know this story?
This is long before all of that.
I know. I'm bringing up this because I just heard recently how shops were getting around it, which is so funny. Like without the government stepping in, the shops were getting around it by marking everything in the store up over $950, and they say, and there's a sign that says a discount for honest customers. So if you go in there to steal it, you're over the limit. If you go in there to purchase it, they give it to you for the price that it should cost. Anyway, I know that's off topic, but man, that's a hell of an idea. Wow. Like just work around.
This was long before any of that happened. They have a huge problem with homeless and drug addicts. And people that are desperate like that, they don't care. They're surviving off of whatever they can get. And if
Yeah,
they got
they're
to
not.
break your car window to get whatever it is that they need, they're going to do that, and they don't care because it's their survival for them.
And I know
So
the feeling. I know the feeling. I've been there where you don't care about nutrition or health or exercise. You do not care about almost anything when it comes down to survival. Like that's one of the reasons I came up with what I'm doing online. All of it sort of pushing sustainability or survivability, more or less. Because this show here, it's like we can't really survive in communities without each other. You could take a person with some knowledge and put them into the woods and they could survive, or whatever. But like, so what is that? What kind of race is that? Like what kind of species would we be then? So it's all connected, right? There's always a way around, right? Chaotic, yeah. Actually, through technology and through innovation, we actually do find a lot of workarounds to stupid things. That's why when some people will bring up that, like okay, we're talking perception. The perception of what the world's population is so different from person to person. Some people think, how can we think we can live with this many people? Other people are the other way around. They think, well, we have so much more room. We have other planets we can spread out. And so their perception is what gets people like locked in place with fear sometimes. Like our perception of what's going on. Just like some people may think, well, the future is really dark for whatever reason. So that can hinder you from living your life. Just live your life. Even if some bad shit's happening somewhere, maybe, pay attention, take note, keep an eye on it, but live your life, I mean, it's something that people get lost up in. What's up, Robert? Cheers, brother. Thomas said had a coworker move to Portland, said he couldn't even take his kids to the park without stepping on needles. Holy cow. Yeah, it's been a while. Kim said it's been a while since she's been there, but I'm sure it got a little worse. Oh, that's right. I saw that. Hey, William, I see you on the Rumble. Cheers, Rumblers. Got 20 people in the house. All right, cheers. I keep meaning to get back to this, but I'm a chatty Cathy. My son has pneumonia today, so.
Oh no.
Not good, yeah. I don't think he's ever had pneumonia. He's been sick before, and he's asthmatic a little bit, like I am. But I gave that to him. That's so trippy. When I find out that earlier in my life, when I didn't have asthma, if I had a child, they would not get asthma. But now that I have allergies, if I have more children, they're probably going to get my allergies, which is pretty trippy.
Allergies are hereditary.
Yeah, but I developed them. So you can also develop allergies.
Well, they probably were already there, and they just didn't present themselves.
From what they told me, I'm not going to argue about it, but what they told me is that my septum was deviated. I had a broken nose and I didn't know it, and it was deviated for like 3 years. And what happens is it's moved enough that allergens can get up there that shouldn't be able to get up there, and I developed allergies. But you're not wrong. I know they're also hereditary, but this was just, they said this came on. But to your point, maybe I had some kind of predisposition or something, and it maybe, just whatever affected it. Doing great yourself? Oh, heck yeah. Prayers, brother. Oh, for my son. Thanks, bro. Thanks. Hey, Diane, how are you? Come on in. Let's play a little something. Let's play the Red 6 tune. What do we have with that? Let's see. They're similar. This one sounds more like kind of like, I don't know, what would you say, like a little bit of Offspring maybe? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
All right, cheers, guys. Cheers. Happy Thursday. My week's all crazy since I haven't had to worry about the bus every morning and then every evening. Like, yeah. Hopefully he does feel better soon, though.
They've got him on antibiotics, I assume.
Yep. Which scares me because antibiotics are not, or there's certain antibiotics that are not meant to be taken too often in your life. And you'll just be immune to it. Ronald Blackwell, what's up, man? That's a hell of a beard right there. It's a beautiful bearded man right there. Robert, when are you gonna work on yours, man? Got a couple of lines there. Come on, let's go. Hope your little Jew feels better. Thanks, Lisa. Here's on antibiotics for strep. Lisa, you're welcome.
I used to get sinus infections, strep throat, and upper respiratory infections all the time. But I did. So there's two things that I did. One was I started using a neti pot, and I haven't had an infection anywhere since then.
Wait, like are you still using it, and that's why you're not getting infected, or is it because you just did it for a while and now it's
Do it daily.
When I start feeling like, I don't know, like I've got a lot of mucus, then I clean my nose out because the salt in it kills like any bacteria. So I don't have anything that forms anymore.
so like even for the future, like from then on. Interesting. Chaotic says he doesn't like antibiotics. He says pretty sure most problems from a food allergy. Oh, well, that sounds like it's possible, but it doesn't sound like it's a for sure. What's the word? Causation without what's the other word? I'm having a brain fart. Connection without causation. I know there's another phrase for it. What's up, Rocky? Cheers, brother. Really worry about dealing with strep. Yeah, that's another thing, man. Talking about parents with kids, we have to try and perceive like whether they're in pain, whether they are sick or whatever. Sometimes they can't tell us, or sometimes they tell us the wrong. My son will just be opposite day half the time. What's up, Rose? Hello, Rose. We got your package mailed out today. Rose she won like 3 different times at Drizzle Dab for the Drizzle Dab prize on game night, and we got her some goodies for all that. Shouts out to Rose. She said, "Hey, Red 6.
Hey, Rose, how's it going?
Feel a cold coming on. Used your neti pot.
Yeah.
I don't have a neti pot, but it sounds good. It goes up through your nose and such.
Yep.
Yeah, I made the buffered saline solution.
You warm it up a little bit, like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it's cold, it's very it's even more uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Have allergies for them. Yeah, that's crazy. I definitely would pay attention to that more often for sure. I have a chart they gave me for my migraines, and I think you could do that similarly with all sorts of medications. And like, say I took it on this day, you write it down on that. It's like a calendar, and you can write down any side effects after that. And then you could keep track of things that way. What's up, Rose? My grandson was diagnosed with pneumonia the other day. He's feeling better. That's awesome. I'm glad. Except for the cough, yeah, it's a lingering thing for a while. No problem, Rose. You're going to be getting a couple different flavors. I think he sent you strawberry with the one that you picked. And the strawberry that he makes, the gummies, have no artificial food dyes. They're barely, not even red. They're just like a slight pink tint to them. And I tasted one today. Man, they're so good that you're definitely going to like them. I ate the one without any kind of medication in it. He had some just straight up gummies for people to try. Can't wait. Hells yeah. Well, I guess that's a good segue. We're talking about her medicated gummies, but it made me think of mushrooms. And your perception is very different when you do psychedelics. And I still see people on podcasts, namely Tim Pool. I watch, Timcast IRL quite often, and yet he trashes anybody that like with psychedelics and cannabis is like something where he really like makes fun of, and I just see it as he doesn't know, he doesn't understand. Like he assumes he basically, it's the same indoctrination that we all went through, where when we grew up, we were taught pharmaceutical drugs good, street drugs bad, when it's really it's the whatever the what the sub what is the substance, not where you get it from is really what's important. So our perception of the pharmaceutical industry has changed a lot recently, and so maybe for the worse, because let's be honest, now all drugs are looked at as bad from the pharmaceutical industries, even the good ones. And so we're going to have that problem where, and this is already a problem on the internet where there's so much, people call it misinformation, and that's a buzz term now that people like to use for anything they don't agree with. But there really is people. There are people out there that believe conspiracy theories, and I don't want to go down that road, Kim. I don't want to rile you up, but there are also people out there that purposely put out a bunch of crap on the internet, and I don't mean stuff that they think makes sense. Like, they put out stuff that literally makes no sense, and they try to get people to believe it, and that can be really tough these days. It's getting a little better. I think video makes a big difference. You don't see a whole lot of, well, okay, I'm going to have to take this statement back, but I'm going to go ahead and finish it. I don't think you see a whole lot of scammers doing a live stream, but then I'm like, wait a minute. They are out there. It's just that it's harder to put your face out there and then also just be a shitty person. But I think there are plenty of people. Look at like Joel Osteen and, some of these really famous people that scam people. So it does happen. So I have to eat that statement. But what am I feel like the anonymity on Facebook or on any other site is what some of the scammers will hide behind. No picture on their profile picture and stuff like that. So, but that's not always the case. Sometimes it's just someone that doesn't want to be seen for, shyness reasons. So our perception online is so skewed. Look at how text makes us feel. Sometimes you read the text from somebody and you're feeling anger, or like they're making fun of you, or like there's all sorts of perceptions we can have when they don't even mean that on the other side. That's why I try to call people. Like new media, yeah, you're right. So that's why I took it back immediately. Everybody's trying to, what's the word? Not convince, but influence everyone else, and not on purpose. Sometimes it might not be on purpose, but every person you meet will influence you in some way, small, big or small, which is kind of trippy. Like we see a lot of advertisements and we think that's what's swaying us, but every encounter we take or make with somebody, it's like,
That's why you got to be careful of the company that you keep.
or just the perception you have of what, or the expectation, I guess, that you have. When I meet people, I'm expecting to learn something from almost any person I meet, but I try not to get sucked in. Like to your point, Tim, like you might meet somebody that's super convincing about a topic or whatever. Like you guys might be watching me for the first time, and then you get sucked in, and then you watch, Monday's show, and you say, what's he talking about all these plants for? I wanted to watch more, people talking about topics. Like what happened? And so they had a different perception of what I was or whatever. So it can happen even to people that aren't scamming you. I've had people that unfollow me right away when they find out I smoke weed on screen, like, or at least that's my perception of why they unfollow me. Like that's my assumption, I guess. Have someone to laugh with, yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. People do believe the crap, though. Well, look, we can all agree on a couple things, and that is that there's a lot of fake information out in the world. And the other thing is we also are probably wrong about a lot of stuff, each one of us, that we don't really know. Stuff that can't be maybe never known. And the term conspiracy theory comes up in my mind, but it's not really conspiracy theory. It's just like history that some people think this happened, some people think that happened. That's a different thing than a current conspiracy going on that we think is this happening. If you're talking about past, conspiracies, which is, again, the term is loaded. Talking about past that we think is incorrect or we think is, really this happened and not that. That's just people trying to figure out the truth that we may never know. What's up? What's up, Elisa?
What's up?
Elisa,
The older I
Elisa,
get, the less I care about people's perception.
well, I don't know if we should really necessarily care about what people perceive, but keeping it in mind, because like, okay, if I go out, I've talked about this before, but like men with beards or men with like resting, like you kind of look angry, people tell me to smile more sometimes. That's just me relaxed. And so when I go out into public, I try to be conscious of the perception I'm giving to people, and that can work both ways. I can be too nice sometimes, and people are like, oh, that guy's just too nice or too talkative or whatever. And so I try to keep an eye on that, or try to imagine what I'm projecting out into the world, while not like being so worried about what people think of me that I can't do anything. You got to be yourself, but also like I'm not going to pick my nose in the checkout line. I'm not going to, I'm not trying to be rude to people directly. Like I still think there's a common, I don't know if common courtesy is the right phrase, but there's sort of a common grounds that people can agree on. Once we all started wearing PJs at Walmart, everything went out the fucking window. Like it just went crazy. Like everyone's like, I don't give a shit. What's that? I got a hole in my shirt, my nipples hanging out. It's all good. Like it doesn't. People used to be more worried about their looks and have all these like the top hat and like 3 layers of shirt and like the chain over here and this and that. Like that's fancy, but man, imagine the everyday getting ready. They have their hair done with the hat on. Like they take their hat off, and it would be like it would be all combed and everything perfectly. What the heck? Is that what? Can I go backwards that way? What happened there? Go back.
I don't know. I think parents with autistic kids, people make perceptions about them all the time, and they don't know. They don't know how
Have to, yeah. That's all we can make educated guesses on what's happening. Like my son, I'll be like, did you just poop? And he'll be like, no. And it's like clearly a lie. And I'm like, I just have to. That's one thing that I can check. But if I'm like, how do you feel? Do you feel sick today? Like, I don't know whether and obviously your son's nonverbal, so it's probably the same, but more difficult. But you just have to make a guess or kind of look at everything, all the information that you do have. I like to try to look at all the information I have, and if I say I don't have enough information, I try to avoid like speaking on a topic that I don't think unless I say things like, oh yeah, I'm very interested in that and I'd like to know more. I get up on spaces on X and all the time I try to just be curious about stuff and just talk to people. Some people think they have to look like they know some stuff, or maybe they want to look like they know whatever it is the topic at hand is. And that stands out. That stands out when you're not being genuine, Hey, Heather.
Sometimes that goes both ways. Some people just talk and know it all.
People call me a know-it-all a lot, but I'm just curious about everything. I don't talk like I know for sure about almost anything. I just tell you, I might give you a for sure opinion, or I might tell you, like this is why I think I know this. That's the next step. Like, hey, if you're so confident about knowing something, tell me why you believe that. Respect others and they respect you. Robert says to hold yourself to a standard. Yeah, be the one who does that and say they'll do. The problem is though, sometimes you can't get ahead by being too rigid on your ideology or your values, I should say. I'm feeling myself always say if you made a promise, you always keep it. I mean, I've had to break promises. I mean, it happens. You know, had people tell me I can't be all that bad. It can't be all that bad. Right, but they don't have a clue, right? By just looking at you, yeah. Yep. Try living inside my body in pain for 24 hours a day, yeah. That's the thing, people, we don't want to think about everyone else's suffering because it makes us feel bad, you know? I just make up some excuse. So speaking of a disabled veteran, I have all my fingers and toes. It made me feel bad for a long time, like talking about it as if I'm on the same level, and a lot of people would say I am, but on the same level as someone that, you know, lost a limb or whatever. And in your head, you're thinking you're guilty because that person got it worse than you did, and that's how we kind of feel anytime, like when the guilty people that will pay the homeless person at the stoplight instead of just going and like donating that money to a shelter or whatever. And now you could argue whether the shelter really, whether it's helpful to them or not. I mean, that's a whole separate argument. But that person does it because they feel guilty right in the moment, not because they were hoping to go and donate. You know what I mean? When we look at people that we perceive as worse off than us, there's a little guiltiness going on there. We're like, you know, oh man, like, don't you hate that? Rose says, yeah. I mean, I don't know that I hate it. It's just that I try to have empathy, and I also try to think of it like this. You know, I brought it up before, but without having all the bad stuff in life, we wouldn't have the good stuff because we wouldn't be able to perceive it. We wouldn't be able to see that there's beauty. You know, I wouldn't be able to see how beautiful Red 6 is if there wasn't an ugly, you know, I could name a few people, but I don't want to go there with that. But yeah, I mean, like if there wasn't good, if there wasn't bad, it wouldn't be good, and yin yang and all that stuff. So it should make us appreciate life a little bit more when we see somebody who's much worse off than us, you know. But really, we feel guilty about it, you know. Some days suck more than others, but you wouldn't know love from hatred without some of the love. Yeah, and that's the thing is our failures, our lessons, our losses, our reminders. I mean, we have to remember what we're still able to do. So, you know, those of us who are veterans, if you knew anyone who died in combat, you in my perspective, you shouldn't be pissed off that you didn't die with them. For the long time, I didn't have a self-worth. I didn't have perception of any worth that I had. But that's different than people who think that, why didn't I die instead of them? That feeling, that's a different thing. And you shouldn't feel like that. You should feel like, I get to live. You know, I'm still here, so I get to do the things that they can't, and so I should live for them. I should go on and do whatever I can in this life and make it the fullest. You know, and that's sort of one of the things that made me go head first into the internet, dive head first in and go, you know what, fuck the privacy, fuck worrying about what people, you know, think. All the people I went to high school with have probably popped in here and there and lurked, you know, and what is he doing? You know, maybe caught me at a weird moment where I wasn't, you know, in a good mood or something like that. And so all of those people can suck my ass, but I went, you know what, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump in. We're going to be the face of change when it comes to, let's talk about more important things like health and wellness and conversations amongst each other and everything. Like, you know, even when we talked about bubble gum, we're all coming up with different reasons why we liked it or didn't like it, and we're all sort of growing together, but also learning ourselves a little bit on these episodes. I always do. I always run into points where I'm like, oh, I didn't really know that about this topic. You know, let's look into it a little bit or whatever. I mean, I really enjoy that. It's not what you go through; it's the way we get out of it. Yeah, it's like how you react to it, or what you do because of it. Like for me, I'm constantly anxious. I'm constantly anxious because I feel like I'm not getting enough done, and that will make me get less done. because I'll be sitting still thinking of all the different things I need to get done. And so it's very, very annoying. But I sit back and I try to look back and I say, oh, well, I have look at the things I have done. And that's a positive look at it versus a, why didn't I get this done? Look at it, you know. I'm rambling, but
Most of what we go through gives us our self-perception. Like if we know people who've done drugs and went down that road, we know we don't want to be that person.
I agree, and I think, but we read the definition is about being basically being incorrect because we're only using limited information and we're making assumptions, more or less. It says a belief or opinion formed because or before enough information is available, and that varies on the topic. You might still get it right by guessing, you know. It says symptoms of perception include acumen, discernment, discrimination, and let's see, insight. Okay, now that's weird because discrimination really just means to make a choice or to choose between things using the information that you have. Now we do have negative forms of that.
Well, discrimination also has preference, an element of preference.
Well, that's why, I mean, when you choose things, you're going to choose the preferred thing or the thing that best, you know. And so I agree, but in the case of the stereotypical cop versus, you know, minority case, they may still be using making the best decision to the information that they have, but they also could be assuming things on an innocent person at the same time. And we may be seeing that a lot. Maybe that's why we think of it as a bad word, but I don't see discrimination as a bad word. Like we discriminate what type of clothing to wear and such. Okay, let's see. The word perception comes from Latin word praeception. Okay, which is the past participle of praecepere, meaning to take beforehand. Basically make an answer before you should, or to come to a conclusion before you should. The earliest known use of the word perception was in the early 1600s. Oh wow. Perception can also refer to a skill that involves being aware of the environment and making decisions quickly and effortlessly. Okay, so that it doesn't even give that as a secondary definition. It literally just comes up with that. It's towards the end here and just says, oh yeah, you know, perception can also refer to this thing that we were just talking about, where you can perceive things around you as a like highly skilled person. This skill can be developed and trained and is considered key to acting before opponents in high performance environments. Yeah, I mean, you're basically training your instincts and your I don't know if it'd be fast twitch muscle fibers, but it's definitely has to do with your reaction speed and your timing and stuff. What's up, James? If you guys get a chance, oh geez. Actually, look, no one here is going to go to this. The Right Dead Medication Veterans Alternatively. That doesn't make any sense, James. And I'm definitely never going to go there. You should come up on the show right now and you can tell us directly. Yeah, I don't work well with chat spammers, but here I'm going to put the link out. Let's see if James will come up on screen. From Vet Maps. You know what Vet Maps is?
Yeah.
Does it just show you where other veterans live?
No.
If we get a chance, sesh our cannabis game show. That doesn't make sense, man. I think you've already seshed out. Oh, sorry, he says. Well, come on up, man. You got a game show. Come up on screen. How? I just put the link right above you. The link is right there in the chat. If you do podcasts, you should know about StreamYard, right? Let's go, James. Let's go. Yes, I will. He says, okay. Well, let's do it because that's how we promote things on People in the Boxes. You come up, put your input in on the topic, and you can most certainly promote yourself at that point. I'm going to do a dab to that. We're going to turn Spam into a new friend here tonight. We have veterans there. Oh, okay. So you go ahead and promote again in the chat. Okay, one more time. I got it. Well, we've got a veteran group, Boots to Bushes, that we go through for all of our veteran needs. They take care of veterans better than any other group I've ever seen. Although they're on par with Vet Codes Plus. He's a good guy. I don't know if you know Vet Codes Red 6. He's a good guy. I'm actually admin of his group. Bean, what's up, man? You're here just in time. We've got a new friend that's going to come up on screen. We need you up here too. We need more perception here. Bean, I'll even play your song if you come up here. That's how I get you. That's how I entice people to come up. We need to make an Elisa Love song. We need a legit Bean Review remastered song too. I mean, I just haven't gotten on it. I need to make some more songs. Oh, by the way, Kim, you might not have heard this yet, but I'm going to take off the week. I'm going to take off not next week, but the week after, during Christmas. The week of Christmas, no shows that week.
It says we use visual, scent, touch, and sound, and taste to perceive our perception.
Yeah, I mean, it's really us thinking we know about something before we really do. And there's nobody that can tell us that we did that. It's just that you find out, oh shit, I actually didn't know what I was doing. Okay, we got James. James, you're just shadows, brother. I don't. He's just shadows back. I saw a face for a second. I better not see any dongs back there, James. Well, you're never going to know, Bean. Never going to know. He may not come up. I'm not seeing... oh, there we go. There's some light. Okay. I'm going to pull you up here, James. All right. Well, hey.
I have a smile club coming up and put on today, so I'm on my back. I really do have a cannabis cannabis show on YouTube. We've done 10 shows in Oklahoma. I get veterans of cannabis cards for free.
You're very echoey, like we can't hear you. You're covering your mic or something.
Oh, shit.
You were like a fishbowl in there. But you gotta weigh in on the topic before you can promote yourself.
Okay. You can hear me now, though?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What do I need to do to...
Did you read the title of the tonight's show?
I did. I go through Facebook and I didn't. I apologize. I know you guys were talking. I was listening to what you were talking about, but I didn't read the title. And I was listening to you go on about what some of the stuff you were saying. It sounded like mental health, kind of down that road. Am I wrong?
No, but yeah. I mean, you know, we were talking about a lot of things. But I guess go ahead and tell us about you. We want to hear about this wonderful podcast that you do.
I don't have a podcast. What I do is in Oklahoma, medicate veterans alternatively with cannabis. I get with dispensaries. Do you know how many veterans kill themselves per day in the United States? Anybody? 22. 22 a day.
We've been using that number for what, 10 years now? You think it's still that same number?
I know it is. I'm one of them. Dude, I'm one of them. I was 12 hours sedated, 3 days in a coma, 2015. My best friend Donnell died 2 years later. I am very deep into what I do. I have 14 dispos in Oklahoma right now that sell 22 bags of 22 good grams of medicine. I'm the 22nd to the first 22 veterans that go into their dispo and recognition that we lose 22 a day. I get the ratings here for free. I get home health for free here. I get the veteran cannabis cards for free. With a game show that you would see on YouTube. I'm in talks with Snoop Dogg right now to take it to cable TV. Connie Johnson is a 3-time senator here. She's 71 years old and is a mother of cannabis in Oklahoma. And, he had.
What's the game show?
It's on. It's like
No, is there a name?
yeah, it's The Right Deal.
Huh?
The Right Deal. Bet Maps. If you go to YouTube and search Bet Maps, The Right Deal, you're gonna see your first ever cannabis game show.
Oh, I mean, I probably won't be searching it. I mean, it's.
Well,
been-
I'm just saying that's what it is. If you're anti-veteran, then I get it. You don't want to see it.
No, I'm anti the way you came in, man. You can't be doing it like that. That's not.
Dude, you can suck a dick for all I care. I don't care who you are.
Too. We
Suck
can all
dude, I don't care. I'm a 61-year-old veteran that's killed himself, and I fucking found a way to help veterans survive. I've gotten over 200 cards for veterans in Oklahoma. I have a huge following here, and we're in Missouri, we're in Michigan, we're in California, Arizona. I don't know where you are, but we'll soon be where you are.
Take any time to listen to what we do. You just want to come in and promote. I mean, that's not,
No, not at all. Not at all. I would love to hear. Dude, you're being pretty fucking rude. I came in and I did say something. If you look at my content, I said sorry. Okay? I was fucking gonna leave, and you said, hey, come on in. You want to show yourself? So I fucking came in. You want to do it? You deal with Daniel Jones. You deal with the fucking people out there. I'm gonna find you, and we'll have a talk face to face. You don't understand. I'm all over the United States. I will find you, and we'll have this talk. Not on right here. We're not promoted here, and I'm not threatening you. We're going to have a talk.
Oh, okay. Well, you're going to find me, though. Okay.
Yeah, if I can talk to you, you can find me. I'm in Oklahoma City, 709 East Holman Court, Midwest City, Oklahoma. Find me. Come find me. My phone number, my email, everything's out there, dude. If you want to find me, I'm real, and I'm fucking wild. I'm PTSD like you have no idea.
You got 3 people. You got 4 people on screen with PTSD, bud. I don't know what you think. You're like. You're not.
I'm not special, dude. I'm not saying I'm special. I'm saying go check out the Cannabis Game Show. It's fucking cool. It's fun. I give away $5,000 worth of prizes, NBA Thunder tickets, smoke bombs. I'm a rep for Gravity Bombs. I'm a rep for lowcost.com. I'm a rep for a lot of cannabis companies that you smoke your weed through their devices. I'm a rep for their companies and support that. They support me. And you're sitting here giving me shit. I don't need to hear you no more. Have a good fucking day. Woo, fuck you.
Come on.
Later, dude. I'm trying to get out of here.
How's that for perception?
That's okay, Robert. He wasn't going to stay long anyway. I had to get out of it what I could. Look. You don't go and you don't help people by doing that. You make connections in like legitimate ways. Like anybody that's doing that in a game show, like he had like 20 things he was trying to promote. I just thought it'd be funny. You guys ever see Kill Tony, where he has a little interview with the comedian afterwards, and he just tries to get out something crazy from their life, and that was pretty fun. Cindy, was I being harsh there? I might have been a little harsh, but first of all, he didn't pay any attention to what we were doing. Didn't care what we were doing. He comes up half naked. He did nothing but spam stuff. Well, he said sorry. Like, what is that supposed to, I mean, anyway, I wasn't really pissed off. I was just trying to have some fun with it. Like, bro, you don't think I've been in that?
Maybe you were perceived. I said I've seen him around before in the Canna community. Maybe you were perceiving him wrong, and maybe it's the way he came across.
Yeah. Okay, Cindy, the dude, not me. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was being sarcastic, but I was like, if you want to weigh in on the topic, like look at what show you're on and maybe come in. Like, you got to weave in the promotions within the conversation. Like, you can't just. Anyway. I don't know. I just kind of had enough on that. I think it's very disrespectful. Would I go on your game show with no shirt on? I don't know. And he didn't even tell us. Like, I don't even remember the name of it. He just kept saying the game show. Like, that doesn't sound real at all. Bean says that escalated quickly. Yeah, well, Bean, you're still here? Your whole family watching now? He's with his sister right now. Are you all watching? Like, but anyway, anybody that wants to come at me and try to get sympathy, saying I killed myself and stuff, I just met you, man. Like, I've been there too. I wasn't gonna well, you want to like measure dicks here on who's been the most depressed? anyway, you got to
Hey,
stick
they
around
say
for
you
that.
make an impression in the first 60 seconds.
Yeah, and I don't. Let me tell you guys something. I don't give a fuck about some other big personality anywhere. I've had people with, you know, hundreds of thousands of followers on as guests, and that's not gonna. I'm not going to like, oh well, what if I make them angry? And then like this guy said he's gonna come and find me. Like who does that if they're just out to help people? You know. Anyway. I don't mind. You can come find me and we'll have a conversation. We'll go on. We'll go live with it. You guys will. It'll be round 2. It'll be a big show. You guys will love it. I'll be like, all right, this time we're both taking our shirts off, and we'll both be laying in bed. We're both gonna lay in my bed next to each other, and we'll talk. We'll have a little cozy conversation. Kim starts crowing. Hey, what are you? Well, you know what? Love is love, Kim. Anyway, I'm gonna do another dab after that. We had to have had a little bit of excitement tonight. He says he thought I was anti-veteran. I'm like, all right, you got me. You got me.
Perception.
Yeah. Now, I mean, look, I didn't say he was a scammer. I just said he was spamming and promoting it, and you know, in a way I don't appreciate. Like it could be legitimate. I've heard of other people. For some reason, I've heard of another group doing this Oklahoma free veterans card thing. And I want to know, I bet you it's the state itself that just says veterans can have the card for free. And there's people out there like making it seem like it's their thing. I don't know. I'm just, that's just a random.
I don't know. That guy's been around for a long time. He used to promote the low cost thing.
Coffee card veteran. Yeah. I mean, yeah, for sure. Kayla thought he might have been from the veterans page I had in. I don't think so. Yeah, there's a bunch of veterans pages. You got to be careful about that too. Look, I'll tell you straight up. People will use all sorts of gimmicks. I have gimmicks. Everybody has gimmicks. But a lot of people, the lowest of the low hanging fruit is mental health. Veterans is another big one. And all these sale pages. There's some pages where they're like reselling used items. There's some like that. But I mean, I tried to go after one of the biggest demographics in the planet, which is everyone who eats food to survive. So that's my gimmick. Like every one of us has to do that. But you guys know the type. Like you got the people that are real heavy on, you know, just mental health, and that's all they talk about.
I'm heavy on mental health.
Yeah. Well, no, but you're not out there like, I mean, you might make a post about it, but you're not trying to make that your show or anything like that. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see you as
It's
one
like
of those
one of
guys.
the number one pillars.
You're
Suicide because of
in love is one of your messages. I don't know. A lot of people will say like one love. I don't like that one. I'm not into the one love thing. But then there's like there's a few of them like family. Oh yeah, family. And when people say family, like there are some pretty tight knit families online and stuff. But this fam and that fam, there's like 100 of them or more. There's probably 1,000 of them, and like that's a quick way to try to get people sucked in. Oh, now you're part of the family, the community, right? Oh yeah. By the way, I was going to bring this up. This whole like Canna Awards thing and stuff. I'm not part of that group. I don't know those people. If I win, I win. That's fine, whatever. But I'm not jumping down that rabbit hole. Like suddenly the group comes out of nowhere. I don't know the people, and like everyone's jumping in there because everyone wants to win. And like suddenly that's a quick way to build up a group too. You say you're going to have an award show, and that's the entire group's purpose. And suddenly you got thousands of people in there like overnight. Well, good on you. Go get them, you know. But I'm not jumping down that hole. Takes time. Don't just jump into the first suite. Yeah, I mean, like anybody that comes in the chat promoting is just not on my good side. That needed help. That guy has a screw loose. Yeah. Well, I'm not going to say that he's a bad guy. He's just doing it wrong, and maybe he's
all perception.
Yeah, I don't think he's a bad guy. I just don't like his way he came at it. And I feel like it's taken me a long time to be more assertive like that on the show. We've had people on before that just want to run the show, take over and be the, and get shitty. And I try to give them room, but I'm also trying to be more assertive about things. Like, hey, you're on my show. Can you? At first, he was in the dark. It was in the pitch black dark. I was like, "Uh-oh, here's another dawn coming at us." Lisa May is here. Usually, that's when it happens. Whenever the other 2 times she was here on both other occasions, and that's the only thing I'll remember about those. Lisa May caused it. No. One of them, no, Kat actually caused one of them. Kat K caused one.
I was not there then, actually. I was only watching.
Okay, yeah, he just loved her so much. He came up, he had to show her. Yeah, so that was a good example of perception there, guys. Like, my perception was very sour right off the bat. And his perception, he said you could suck a dick. Like, well, we could all suck a dick. What's up? He didn't know where to go with that. I like to interrupt people's patterns. Anyway, I could have probably had more fun with him, but it is what it is. I'll dab to that. Cheers, everybody.
Just be kind. Some people don't know how to come across, and some people don't act right. And sometimes all of us don't act right at some point, I'm sure.
Oh, I definitely was being a dick towards the end there, but I just felt like it, I guess. I don't know. So what's the world of cannabinoids through what's the new talk about? Oh. And my new talk is this well, it is connected to perception too. This THCA. This whole like some small wording on the farm bill basically made weed legal across the country, but no one's talking about it. Like, a lot of people are taking advantage of it. I don't know about you guys. I'm smoking THCA dabs right now, blueberry donuts. I've also got THCA flower. But the government still perceives it differently on paper. So there you go. You can have your cannabis now. There's a couple states, I think, that are trying to keep it from being allowed there, if I'm not mistaken. I think Texas is. Can you get THCA where you're at, Kim?
Probably. I don't know. I don't really know that much about the whole.
When's the last time you smoked pot, Kim?
Right before I had my like a week or so before I had my surgery.
And you must get so baked after just a couple puffs every couple months when you take a puff.
No, I smoke fairly regularly.
What's fairly regularly?
Usually at night before I go to bed.
Okay. Well, you've had a lot of surgeries and probably.
Well, when I am going to have a surgery, I don't take anything. I don't take like Tylenol or any of my vitamins. I don't take anything because
I'd be taking a lot of cannabis then.
I don't want it to interact with the anesthesia. And right now I'm not smoking or using edibles or anything right now because, well, there's 2 things. So no edibles because I can't have gummies because of the kind of surgery I had. I can't have any kind of gummies. And the other thing is I don't want to take something that's going to give me the munchies because I can't eat anything.
I was just going to ask you what's your diet like now?
So the doctor said, I saw him Tuesday, and I'm able to eat like mushy, solid foods, liquefied. So,
holy shit, we got 20 people in here because of that. Fuck you guys. Get out of here, you people that don't want to watch us normally. I'm not having another Jerry Springer episode. Go ahead, Kim. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so I'm able to eat like cooked vegetables. I'm able to eat fruit. I could eat yogurt, eggs, but I'm allergic to all that, so I don't eat anything like that. But solid, liquefied kind of mushy foods.
So like baby food.
No,
No joke,
I
some of
can
that's
eat.
not bad.
So one of the things that I like is I like soup, but I like soup that's got stuff in it, like wild rice, carrots, celery. I can eat. So I've been eating a lot of Progresso. I think it's Progresso soup, like wild rice, chicken and wild rice, and stuff like that. Um, I just can't eat the chicken yet, so I can't eat any meat.
Oh wow, Chinese guys had a big grow going on. Chinese growing cannabis in Georgia. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's been a big deal. They're coming in illegally growing weed here.
We are going to do a current events episode next week. So we've already got next week taken care of, and then I'll be off the week after. So next week is a good time to bring stuff like that. And I read last night some good articles, like the red number 3 dye being removed from foods. That's huge. Isn't there like a bunch of red dyes? Like, can't we just say all fucking red dyes?
I think we need to get rid of all those fucking chemical dyes, period. We're gonna color things, like use natural things like beets or I don't know.
Turmeric is a big one that will naturally color things.
Yeah,
Orange,
but turmeric tastes funky.
I don't taste it.
We already are using the red parasite beetle.
What's that?
They already are using the red parasite beetle to make the red dye.
I've seen that story too. I don't know whether to. I believe it, but then I don't believe it. I'm like, who? Like, really?
I
They're
believe
harvesting this tiny
Well,
parasite. That's
They
a lot
use
of
the
parasite.
musk of something, some animal, to make certain flavors like strawberries and stuff.
Yellow
Artificial
squash.
strawberry flavors.
You heard of yellow? That's like a fucking tongue
Oh,
twister.
yeah.
Yellow squash soup.
I love squash soup. That's called here in New Mexico or in the Southwest. That's
Right.
called calabacitas.
Halabacitas.
Calabacitas.
Like a halibut.
Squash soup.
I'll dance
Usually
to
made
that.
with like zucchini and yellow squash, onion, tomatoes, stewed tomatoes or whole tomatoes, whatever.
I'll dance to that.
And I put cheese
Kateri,
in mine.
what's up? Come on up, Kateri. This is the People in the Boxes episode I was telling you about. This is where you want to come up, be a member of the panel. I sent out the link to some people on X too, but I guess they're not interested.
I had
right
some portobello mushroom soup
Right.
earlier today.
now. Menonito Bernardo. Menonito
Nice.
Bernardo.
I'm in New Mexico. What part of New Mexico are you at? I'm in Cruces.
What's up, Kateri? Come on up. We got 60 people in the house. I see you guys on Facebook. If you haven't yet hit that like button, please do so before you all drain back out the swamp, because it's back down to 15. 5 of them left after they realized the naked guy wasn't on anymore. But listen, if you want to hit that like button, you get in on a chance to win a game night ticket. All the subscribers in the comments already know this. You got to be here to win. Give you a minute eating din din. What are we eating, Kateri? What are we eating? We're talking about perception tonight. If you didn't read the title,
That's north central New Mexico. So I have a quote. I have 2 quotes actually, and they're fairly similar. One of my favorite quotes, and I tell this to people when I tell this to people quite often, but it's perception related, and it's a man sees in the world what he carries in his heart.
that's awesome, man. Well, Robert, we need to get you and Menonito into the community of the Indoor Farmer family. You know, we love, and we just We're all just about love and unity. I'm just kidding. That's all the buzzwords. One love. I think Elisa Love was the best one that you were doing. Is that you still use that page?
Every now and then I post on it every day.
You got more.
Because I learned it can make money too.
Oh, nice. You got more followers though on your personal profile.
Yeah.
That's an unfortunate. That's how mine is as well.
And it's hard to share from the page versus your profile.
The only reason I still do what I'm doing is because all the live streams in one place is better than clogging up my regular feed, you know. But yeah, Robert, you and your friends, man, you should check out Game Night. Get in on the spin tonight. If you haven't hit the like button, do that. You'll get in on one of these Game Night tickets. If you win the Game Night ticket, you get in on Game Night on Sunday without having to do anything, and you get a chance to win. And this Game Night's real. This Game Night's real. I'm just kidding. What was his name? Jeremy? Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't come back into the comments.
Who?
The Jeremy guy.
Jeremy.
Yeah, it was
had
Jeremy
enough of
something.
this bullcrap.
What's that, Lisa?
They say he had enough of this bullcrap.
Yeah, I kind of had enough too, and I was like, all right, I'm escalating things. Like, I wanted him to come up and actually know what we were talking about. You just get me in, you just get involved. Oh, well, that's all you got to do. I say, Robin Hood fam. Okay, that's your tag, Robin Hood. Is that your group, Rob? See, now, Robert, you've been here for like an hour. I'd be all fine with you promoting. Tell us what you do. Tell us what's up. Rose is going to bed. Good night, Rose. Sorry if you left already. But yeah, that's why I try to bring people to locals, and also that's why I try to encourage you guys to follow me on more than one site, because then you have like sort of a connection or another second place to go if you get restricted or whatever. Some people are like, oh, okay, here we go. I'm on my third backup. And it's like, man, doesn't that get old? Sorry, I left on accident and couldn't find my way back. See, yeah, I'm not being shown over there on X. I'm being held down by the man. I mean, we do got 44 people over there, but listen, I'm being held down by the man on X. Elon, don't do this to me. We did a space today. Shouts out to Chaotic. He was up there talking. You're welcome to come up tonight. If you want to be audio only, you'd be fine. We did a space on X and had Highly Gonginous on, who was supposed to come on here tonight as well, but I'm not seeing her. Maybe I'll go check my messages real quickly. Can't make it tonight, but thanks for the invite. Okay, that's one down. Missed that. So reassuring. I'm just going to send her the link again. It's funny. With no words. That's the best way to do it. With nothing said. So here's the link. Use it. All right, let's get back at let's get into some more of Kim's type of tunes. Oh, hey, we got Highly Gonginous in the house. Oh, look at this. She's very gonginous right now. Even you might say highly.
Very much.
Look at that. What is that? A 5x5?
4x4.
I was gonna say 4x4. I didn't want to be too small. I wanted to be generous with my guests. You know.
There's actually like quite a bit.
Oh, nice. You got triple 4x4s. Wow. All right. And on that note, we're gonna play a little rock and roll. It's already started. What's up? Thanks for popping in. I just thought, hey, I'll send her the link again. We've been on about an hour and 20 minutes. I'm gonna be getting the wheel put up here soon to do the spin for the subscribers.
I popped in and listened for a little bit.
Okay. You pop in when we had the guest on that was from the veteran community, he said?
No, I was just y'all talking.
You missed it. It was basically Jerry Springer in here for, what would you guys say, 10 minutes? Well, it was a good 10 minutes or so. This guy came in the chat. Kateri, you missed it too. What's up, girl?
What's up? Good evening.
This guy came in the chat, and evidently, and that might be a good reel later. I don't know. I'll cut the video maybe. But this guy came in, and he started promoting immediately, like, go watch this on YouTube and this and that. And I was like, well, what the hell? And I was like, you got to at least come up on screen and participate with the chat to promote. And, whoa, Harry.
I'm trying to get those set up. Oh, shit.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, he came in, he kept promoting, and I was like, well, that's not the way, you know. And he said, sorry. And I was like, you got to come up on screen. So he come up on screen. First, he was pitch black. I didn't bring him up yet, so I didn't know anything. We've been donged before. I don't know if you know what that means.
You got flashed?
Oh, twice, yeah, on this show. But
Oh, my God.
anyway, so I waited till I could see him. I bring him up, he had no shirt on, and he just wanted to promote himself. And I was like, well, hold on, you're gonna weigh in on the topic? And he goes, more or less, like, well, what was the topic? Like, you didn't even read the title, you don't even know where you are right now. I should have said something really like embarrassing, you know, like something like really like, I don't know. I could say a lot of gross things right now, but I should have just threw that at him. But anyway, it ended with him telling me I could suck a dick, and then I said we could all suck a dick, and then he's like, and then he ended up leaving. It was intense. I don't want to go through the whole thing again. I have a little bit of trauma from it. I'm not gonna lie.
That's pretty wild. Does that happen often?
Oh,
I was on a live before, and some random guy came up there, and he had a shirt on. And you could see him. And when he turned down, he flashed us. I was like, oh, my God. I was super traumatized. I don't discriminate, but he made me discriminate.
That's
He
awesome.
made me
Robert.
super discriminate.
I'm busy finding books for the wife. Bullshit. She needs to organize her book sales. Oh, real books. Okay. All right, I'll give that to you, Chaotic. All right. So, ladies, we're talking before you guys come on. We're perception, and there's so many different ways. But there's something called the Mandela effect. Has anyone ever seen the movie?
I just watched it the other night.
Really? So that's awesome.
But to be totally honest, I fall asleep during movies super easy. So.
Well, touche. It is what it is. I'll
It'd
dab
be
for
like
that.
that.
What happened?
Has anyone else seen it? Have you seen it, Red Six?
No.
So basically, the Mandela effect is a large amount of people all perceiving the same thing happening at the same time when it's not true.
You've probably seen people talk about it on social media. It's like the Bernstein Bears. Like the name is different. The Monopoly guy with the monocle. They're trying to tell us that he didn't have a monocle. And then the cornucopia with the Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah, there's mass psychosis, or I don't know what the other term is. But yeah, there's weird things like that. Now, I actually remember the Berenstain Bears. What do you remember?
Yeah, that's what I.
The Berenstain Bears. And you're telling me that I looked that up, that's not the name. Is it the Berenstain Bears?
It's Bernstein, apparently.
The Berenstain Bears? No.
The Bernstein.
No, well, maybe that's pretty close to what I said, I guess. Here, I'll pull it up on screen.
Cheers.
The Berenstain Bears. Okay. That just sounds like a naughty spot on the bed, you know? Family and friendship. Okay, that's one of them.
You hit the hell out for that one.
What is the Mandela Effect? Any examples? January 3rd this year.
Ooh, that just feels good.
Origins of the Mandela Effect. The term Mandela Effect was first coined in 2009 by Fiona Broom, when she created a website to detail her observance of the phenomenon. Broom was at a conference talking to other people about how she remembered the tragedy of former South African President Nelson Mandela. Okay, I knew you came into this somewhere. Nelson Mandela's death in a South African prison in 1980. However, Nelson Mandela did not die in the 1980s in a prison. He passed away in 2013. Oh. As Broom began to talk to other people about her memories, she learned that she was not alone. Others remembered seeing new coverage of his death as well as speech. But they could have faked his death at some point and then brought it back out. We just never saw the... Interesting. Okay, so there's examples of this. Henry VIII eating a turkey leg. I don't remember that one. We're not going to read that one. Luke, I am your father. He definitely says that.
They out of there for that.
They added it after. You saw Star Wars episode 4, is it? Yeah, well, that's 5, right? V is 5. Empire Strikes Back. Probably remember Darth Vader uttering the famous line, "Luke, I am your father." Yeah, okay. I'd be surprised to learn that the line was actually, "No, I am your father." No? That's weird. And that doesn't make any sense anyway. That's another one. Mirror, mirror on the wall. What? Come on. If you watch Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, you probably remember the line, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?" As you can see from the above subtitle screenshot, the line actually began with the phrase, "Magic mirror on the wall." Huh. Okay, that got me. Oscar Mayer or Oscar Mayer?
Quick, somebody sing the song.
My baloney has a first name. Oh, that's not the song.
It is though.
Well, no, I don't remember the. That's the baloney song. Let's see. There's a hot dog song too. You know it, Red, or are you just laughing?
No, I'm just laughing.
Motherfucker, what is it?
Let's see it.
Hit my phone up. Okay. My bad. I'm back. Okay, no worries, brother. This little boy with the little forehead. Forehead. Still on his forehead. With all those cartoons. Yeah, okay. There's some controversy over the spelling of the famous brand of hot dogs, Oscar Mayer Wieners. And now you got me thinking about what the other song is. What's the Wiener song? I don't want to say it that way in the chat in the search, but what was the hot dog song for Oscar Mayer? It's Mayer. It looks like, because that's what Google's search comes up. The Wiener song. See, I wasn't going to search it, but that's what it's called. Oh, I wish I were an Oscar Mayer Wiener. That is what I truly like to be. Hold on. I'm not in key here. Because if I were an Oscar Mayer wiener, everyone would love or would be in love with me.
See, you had it right the first time. That my baloney has the first name. It's OSCAR. My baloney has the second name. It's MEYER, right? Is that it?
No, my baloney has a first name. Maybe you're right. It is an Oscar Mayer baloney song. Okay.
Yeah, it has the like
Oscar
spell it
Mayer.
in the song.
But look, there is no wiener. There is no baloney car. Okay.
There is the baloney song.
But there is a baloney song. And I typed in BO and it's like the second down on the list. It knows it's listening to me and it says, "Oh, we know what you're talking about." Let me just pull it up for you real quick. My baloney has a first name. Yeah, it is an Oscar Mayer song. But the reason I don't remember that it's Oscar Mayer is because I remember the Simpsons version. I forget. Actually, now I forget what Homer said, but it's like my baloney has the first name. I don't know. I forget what it was. Maybe it spells out Homer Simpson or something. Pikachu, Tail, Shazam, and Sinbad. Oh, Sinbad's another one. Sinbad was never in a movie or something like that. Everyone thinks he was. Kazam with Shaq. What about Kazam with Shaq? I saw that movie.
Yeah.
Jiffy or just Jiff? I think it's just Jiff. If I'm right. What Tommy Boy say? Luke, I am your father to his fan. I don't remember that. Location of New Zealand. Oh wow, where the fuck is New Zealand? Oh wow, okay. It's over there. I do have a few fans and viewers that come in from Australia.
Mm-hmm.
You do, Kayla? You too? All right. We both wish. It's awesome. The Berenstein Bears is one of them. Okay. Berenstain. It's literally spell it one way right above the book than what it's spelled on the book. That's crazy. Oh, but that's just the name of that example. I see. So everyone just put an E there. That kind of just seems like we're bad at spelling, and it's a difficult word. It's like one of those Jewish words. Epstein and what's the other guy's name? Weinstein and such. Shazam starring Sinbad. I never remembered that. I always knew Shazam starred with Shaq. The same as Shaq also was in, was it called Real Steel, where he made like a Iron Man type suit, except I don't think he could fly with it. You could choose black tip tail. I'm not enough of a Pokemon. Although I did see a story recently that Pokemon Go, they found out that Pokemon Go was actually the world's largest, what do you call it? Like they were just data mining GPS like information and then selling that information, and the players were like just mining it for free for the company. You accept the whatever terms, you play the game, and you're literally by foot walking around and mapping GPS data that's like invaluable to companies. You know how Google sent their vehicle out? You guys might have seen it in person at some point. Has anybody here seen the Google car driving around? It's got the big old donger thing on the top, and they're just doing
It's where they take the pictures of the streets and the different locations. Yeah.
That's all they can do is where that car can reach. Like that dude's not getting out and walking every inch per inch. But all the people playing Pokemon Go fucking were. They were getting arrested and walking on trespassing and walking into traffic and all kinds of stuff. I'll admit I played it for a minute. I worked at a hospital though. And I tell you what, I played it because I worked at the hospital. You know, it might sound bad, but there's like terminally ill children at the children's hospital there, and the Pokemon people purposely installed like some of the best spots or whatever in the hospitals for the kids that are stuck at the hospitals. And so I would get to walk around and, do it while I'm playing, while I'm working and shit like that. So I took advantage, but,
It's pretty cool though. My kid just spent time at the children's hospital and he fell in love with like the game room and playing their Switch and stuff.
Yeah, they actually do. They've stepped it up a notch. They had when I was working there, they had like a PlayStation and stuff in this room with a bunch of toys and get a lot of things donated too. Speaking of donations, Red Six, how did the teddy bear thing go?
We got 4 garbage bags of teddy bears actually. So I just dropped them today. Yep.
Where are you donating?
We did a tent for Teddy drive for teddy bears that grew up gardening in Pekin. So like anybody that donated a teddy bear got a raffle ticket for the tent that was sitting there. That was done by Grow Up Gardening. It was a 2x3 AC Infinity.
Where are they going though?
I got them off at the Salvation Army.
I see.
One year I bought a bunch of teddy bears and I tried to take them to the police station because I know that they keep teddy bears for kids who get into, situations, traumatizing situations. And they said no. They turned me away because of like bed bugs and stuff, even though I like literally had the receipt. Like I went from the store to the police station, was like, here it is, like it's in the bag, it's the receipt, and they wouldn't take it. It like broke my heart.
Yeah, it's weird. Crazy. I think I don't know. I blame. What is that noise in the background?
I'm sorry. It's probably it's probably our fish tank. I have a big fish tank.
You know what?
Let me mute.
I know what you mean, girl. No, it's just probably because I got a fish tank too. I was just saying. Just kidding. It was yours. It's weird. I got a fish tank running right behind me, but
I'm gonna step down, okay?
Oh,
much love. Thank you for letting me
Yeah, come on now. I'm just like, what's that sound?
It's okay. It's my thing. I'm gonna finish eating though.
Okay.
Yeah, it's loud. I didn't think it was that loud though.
It was just something I was hearing. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I need to get the wheel going anyway. I'm gonna get this wheel pulled up.
What are you giving away?
So I do I make a post where my subscribers are subscribed on Locals and on Facebook, and when I make it once a week on Sunday or Monday, and they go over there. They just have to hit the like button and comment, and they get in on, and they get a number, and they get 3 chances per week to win. And so tonight will be our last spin. So I do 5 shows a week, but Mondays I don't spin. I usually spin on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and just to kind of have something throughout the week. And it's for subscribers only, but also to show people that are not subscribed, and such as yourself asking the question, how do I get on that wheel, right? Now, to Devin's point here, he actually gets in on the next wheel because on Thursday nights I do a wheel open to everybody who's watching. You have to be here to win unless you're subscribed, which I give hash and dash immunity, which means the people who are subscribed could have hit that like button and then left, and they still get to win. But anybody who's not subscribed will have to be here if their number comes up, or their name comes up on the wheel. This wheel here is strictly for subscribers. You can subscribe for $2 a month over on locals.com. It's free to sign up, free to join the community. Then it's $2 if you want to be a supporting member. Now, I do have to go on my phone to get, or I guess I could use the computer here, to check to see if anybody added themselves on the post before I spin. I was updated if anyone's gotten in on it, like such as Bean Dongo jumped in on it. I don't think I put his number on yet. 21. And Gabrielle jumped in, which I haven't given her number. She's going to be 22. Okay. Now, but with that same question though, I do a game night on Sundays that you might have fun if you want to come up sometime. Check that out. I literally make a game almost every week, changing it up and making something different or making a whole new game board and stuff like that. And I do that for subscribers and a bunch of sponsors now that we have on Sundays. So you're welcome to come check that out. Let's see.
I respect your hustle, bro.
Well, thank you. Everything I do has a purpose beyond just getting views. I literally every Thursday night I learn something. Like we learn things about perception. This week we talked about all kinds of topics. We talked about postpartum depression. We talked about domestic violence. We talked about bubble gum. We talked about shoes. We talked about camping. But we always come up with a singular topic that as many people as possible have had some experience with, in order to gain some perspective on each other. Because you and I can argue our opinions all day long, but I cannot argue with what you say you've experienced with something. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole point of People in the Boxes. Like we get to gain experience from each other by listening to what we've been through, and I get something out of that whether one person shows up or 100. So we've got 60 something in the house right now. I don't know who's watching on Kick. Yeah, Greggy Pants pop in over there. What's up? Yeah, Kick doesn't show up. And there's a lot going on, and it is difficult to keep track of sometimes. Like Gabrielle is actually number 23 because I gave Nick Whalen number 22 yesterday. Now let me go check locals before we spin this.
Can I show off some of my stuff?
Yeah, you're
people.
Yeah, you're
Well,
welcome.
I want to show you this. So this is like right behind my camera, so I keep looking at it. So you were talking about your table. I told you I was inspired by your table.
Perception of your view. Okay, yes.
These are
I did the same thing. Those are sweet peas, right? Yeah.
they're so big. Like, what are we gonna do? Like, just let them grow up to.
No, you can eat them now. Throw them in a salad. Chop them up.
There's some that are gone, but like I can't do. My body didn't want them back, so.
You're just gonna have to eat them or grow them until they're full size, whatever.
My kid ate like a solo cup of them. Like,
You can always donate fresh produce to churches too. They will take fresh produce.
Okay, that's okay.
Oh, we got Brenda over on the
Vegan
locals. Sorry, there you go. You got some more plants. Yes.
This is one of my cotton plants.
Yeah, I saw you posted that. That was pretty cool.
It's so neat. The flowers are so beautiful too. So the internet told me it only takes 4 plants to make a shirt.
Really?
I don't think I'm gonna have enough.
Depends on the shirt, I guess. You can make a, like a, what do they call it, crop top or some shit.
A shirt for the dog.
Make a, yeah. You can make a bikini, I guess. Do that.
So this one I topped, so it like looks a little different. The flowers kind of different. And then, yeah, I topped it to like see what it would do, and it like stunted the growth a little bit, but it's gonna have more blooms.
No.
And then I have one outside, like in my lung room, because the temperature and the humidity is different. So I like wanted to see how different it would grow, and I'll get you that one. I'll show you that one.
All right, I'm getting this wheel put together anyway, so we're good. Number 21, number 22, number 23, and number 24 added to the wheel. And I'm gonna do a dab while we check out these planties.
So I think that's interesting. I just like come up with ideas and try it. So like I went to Alabama in September for a wedding, And I drove past the cotton field with like all the little poofs on it, and I was like, you know what? I bet I could grow that. I'm gonna try.
See, I think the same things. I never thought cotton, but I want to do something. I want to do coffee beans. I want to do peanuts at some point, and I want to do what's another thing I wanted to grow my own. There's a couple other things I wanted to try. Oh yeah,
So
cocoa.
I have a
leaves.
coffee. I have a coffee plant and the peanuts. Okay, so I did peanuts because this was like a couple years ago. I was like, I'm gonna try them out because like I'd never seen anybody growing peanuts, and it was fascinating. Okay, so peanuts are nitrogen fixing legumes, so they like fix the nitrogen in your soil if you grow them with other plants.
Mhm.
And like people use nitrogen fixing legumes in cover crops, like for living soil beds and stuff. Like usually it's a pole bean, and those like vine and climb, and your plants all crazy. But the
Well,
peanuts, they only get to like a foot tall because they grow underground. And so like
See,
I think they're a nice addition to like soil, you know, because they'll fix it.
does it vine?
It doesn't. It only gets to like a foot tall because the peanuts grow underground. They're considered ovaries.
Right. Well, I thought potatoes they grow underground, right? But fucking potatoes go insane.
Yeah,
They
they
grow
vine.
far and wide, man. They
They're
are crazy.
pretty.
Like especially sweet potatoes. They are vining like crazy.
They're beautiful vines. So I got. There's a way to like change the view on here, but I'm not sure. So I do a
Trying
bunch
to
of
take
these.
it down the road from where I live. Okay. Real cotton fields. I've been seeing highly gondgenous everywhere lately. Awesome to see her online. Well, come on up, man. Come on up. You're welcome. Here, hold on. Let me pop that up. Go back. Oh, okay, you got more. Holy cow! Wow, we don't want to know where you live, but that seems like a wonderful array you have. Let's say. Is this are you a craft grower or just personal? Yeah.
This is just like for projects and stuff. Okay, so this I got a little crazy. So I met up with In-House like a couple of months ago. We went out to dinner. He was going to an event in Michigan, but he flies into where I am and drives. So we met up and he let me, it was like a grower's dream. He like threw down like a couple hundred packs because he was like on his way to an event and was like, here, pick what you want. So it was like kind of overwhelmed. I'm not very good with lineage and stuff. So I ended up with like 6 packs that day, but they weren't, he handed me 3 packs of testers. So that's what a good handful of those are. And then like a couple are from packs. So, but none of the packs were marked, and I really should have known better that they were going to be mostly femmes. So like so if the pack's not marked, I usually just assume they're regs, you know, if they don't say anything. But I should have known because it was In-House that they would have been mostly femmes. So, you know, I popped twice as much as I was expecting because I thought I'd get some males.
Bye, Elise May. She just dipped again. All right, guys, I'm gonna spin this for the subscribers. Last spin of the week, and what you win is a indoor farmer coupon. We're gonna turn it into a new version of Pogs. We're gonna call them Wogs. You're gonna get a digital Wog. So you don't even know what those are?
What do you mean?
You said they weren't marked.
No, they just weren't marked regs or femmes.
Ah.
So, I popped 2 and 3. So I thought I'd get a few males. And then that happened. This is for the In-House does a One World, One Plant showcase.
It's all good. Oh, see the One World, One Plant? Oh, man. Let me pull that up. Hold on. Let me see those again because I actually, looks like we're going to get number, it might be 24. Pull that back up in a second. So that's the One World, One Plant?
Yeah, these are the Divine Storm Cross the Deadly.
I had those myself, and only 4 of them popped out of 10. And they were eaten by mice, and then before I could get all the mice under control.
Oh, bro, for this round of the showcase, or did you do the other one?
It was only like a month ago.
Oh, bro, that sucks. I haven't seen like a lot of teams getting their seeds. I got them and sent them out to like my team way early because I saw them in person, so we didn't have to ship them, you know. So
I don't really know that much about it. I just know that Twisted Cannabis told me about it. It's a hashtag, and it's a sort of there's a connection. Good night, Lisa May. There's a connection between people all over the world using it. He told me it's not a grow off. So you're telling me now there are teams and stuff. By the way, we got winner number 24. That was the last person I added on the wheel, which was Brenda V. Shouts out to Brenda. She helps me on game night most weeks. So thank you and congratulations.
So yeah, Twisted. So I did the first One World One Plant a couple years ago, and then I also helped him run the Blazing Janes, which was just a female showcase. So it was just females, and that could have been really good, but we had some hiccups in it, and everybody's accounts like got taken down, and then it just like never came back after that. But Twisted was like part of that. The Blazing Janes. He was super helpful. And he was really awesome to have on like the admin team to like help us do that. And so that's where I met him. And we've been following each other since.
Twisted's awesome. He is one of my sponsors and friends.
Cool.
And I drink out of his cup every night.
Okay.
Let me just.
Whatever you bros want to do with each other, whatever.
TwistedCannabis.com.
Oh, is it? It's an actual cup. Okay, I'm like, okay, guys. I know that.
I had to show you what I was talking about. Yeah, I got some water, so cheers, guys. All right, I'm putting together all the names on the list. Lisa says nice plants. She didn't want to interrupt, but she went. Oh, she got off there.
She's fun too. I've been following her on Facebook for a while.
She does a lot of she does a lot of positive content, and we love Elisa May and Elisa Love here. Everybody. And Timothy. Excuse me.
So we got a bunch more plants. This is a pineapple. This should hopefully.
I got one too. That's awesome.
It's on year 2 now.
It's on year 2. Let me pull that up. I want to see what year 2 looks like. Mine's been going for about 6 months now. Okay, let me turn it a little bit more. Yeah. Okay, it's starting to stretch a bit more. I see. Mine is in an aquaponics system.
What? That's crazy, bro. So impressive.
It liked the water in there, started rooting, and so I just left it in there. I don't know if it's gonna be able to finish in there. I might have to pull it out and transplant it, which probably won't be happy about that.
So these are fun. This is like a pretty common houseplant, the Monstera deliciosa. So I started these from seed. So usually stuff that's in my lung room and stuff I start from seed, unless I quarantine it for like a year before it comes down here. So, but these will produce a fruit that tastes like a cross between a pineapple and a banana, and that's why it's called like deliciosa. It's delicious. Sounds like a Harry Potter spell. Deliciosa.
Man, X has some problems. I can't even get over there to look at my chat. I've had this 3 times today where X would freeze up. Oh wow, I have to click a link to get into my live stream. This is intense. Okay. Trying to get the names off of the live chat. If anybody hasn't chatted over on X or Rumble, do that. Wow, it's still not coming up. What the heck? The man's keeping me down. All right. We got Chaotic,
Don't talk smack about my new boo, Elon.
right? Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, don't leave one ship to just be on another ship. I have my foot in multiple ships. Rocky was on there. Let's see, nobody. I already put nobody on there. Jess, Margaret. William. If you hit the like button, or did you? You probably didn't comment on that, did you?
I didn't comment. I just liked it. It's okay. If it's for seeds, I don't need any seeds. I only do giveaways for like merch.
This is a coupon that allows you. Actually, no. This is for you. Would be a game night ticket. You get into game night with this. So
What time do you do that on Sundays?
Well, if you use the game night ticket, you wouldn't even have to be there. But the game is at 5:30 Central Time. Oh yeah, you're close by. So, okay. Purple hairs. I'm trying to get all of the people off of X. I think that's it.
Check my battery.
Margaret, got you. Okay. Now everybody from the Facebook. Yeah, if you want me to add you on there, I will. Coming up on screen does trump the engagement in the. Oh, but also I don't know if you saw this, but if you get onto a computer, I don't know if you get the option on your phone, but if you get onto a computer, you can share this out to your audience as if this is your live stream as well. If that makes sense.
Okay.
So that's why I'm encouraging anybody that is interested to come by and be here weekly, because this is, it can be a really fun way to get your thoughts and opinions out there without having to just harp on like sales, or like for me, like without just talking about plants every day. I like to talk about, some off topics and stuff like that. All right, I'm in the wrong page here. What am I doing? Doing too many things at once here. Yeah, basically it is anybody can share it out to make it like as if you're live. So then that pulls your audience, helps your audience see us, but then it also gives you the content as well. So I think it's a fair trade. All right, I gave you guys time to hit the like button. I'm gonna put everybody on this wheel. There it goes. Yeah, I've seen the little ones, Diane. The little new pineapples. Devin, what's up? Don't forget about me. I liked and shared. Yeah, I get everybody off of the list of people who liked. So it's not. I don't leave any chance up to that. What's up, Sandy? Sandy, let me look up this. Did you hit the like button? Probably add you. Your mom's in here, Devin? Say hi, Ma. Oh, I saw it, Sandy. I'm gonna add Sandy on there because Sandy is a subscriber, and I saw her hit the like button. But everybody hit it before that was already on here. And I'm gonna do a dab or two and probably get going. But yeah, got about 65 awesome people in the house. That WTI hashtag WTIF. Excuse me. Hashtag WTIF if you're still awake out there. See, what happens is people will try to go dab for dab with me in the comments, and then they're watching live while they're passed out by the end of the show. What do
What
you?
is that hashtag? I've seen you that I saw that yesterday. What is that?
Waylon the Indoor Farmer.
Okay, that's your hashtag. So dense. So
Use it over on X because hashtags actually hurt you, not help you on X.
it's
I don't
so
know
funny.
that-
I was just thinking that the other day, how much I miss the hashtags on Instagram, and then I got onto X, and I was like, oh my god. Yeah.
Hey, Red 6.
Yeah, you can spin that again with him.
No way, man. You don't want to play in game night? Come on, man. We want to see you on game night. I want to have you come up and play, and this way I can do that guilt free. Oh my God, you gotta get a ticket.
Sundays I'm occupied.
Sundays you're occupied.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. You still get to be in it. Like if you play from the comments with the game night ticket, you don't even have to be there. You don't have to be in the comments. I just write you down on it. I want to let you be in there, man, because you've done a lot for the community, and you're a local friend of mine, and I think it'd be cool to see if we can get you to win some, maybe a Drizzle Dab coupon, because he gives you $10 more if you go into the store directly. So that would be a sweet win for someone who can do it. Okay. Congratulations, Red 6. Let me see if I can get this thing to see me again. Like I gotta speak robot to it. Hello, camera. Gotta do the Hitler. Come on. Stupid thing. It'll zoom in and out. Yeah. Come on. You see my hand or not?
This is so interesting.
It's getting really old though, that's for sure. It's not seeing me. Why won't you see me, camera? Okay, there it goes. All right, let's do that. Congrats, Red 6. Yeah, we're gonna make him take this one, huh? It's like, yes, get on the train. I gotta write that down. Yeah, you don't have to be here. Even as a subscriber, you don't have to watch the game if you get in on the post to get to play. You don't always get to play either. It's every other week if you win something. Twisted's coming in. They're raiding me over on Kick. I lost 6 or 7 subscriber or followers on Kick. What happened, Kick? What happened? You know what I mean? I just want to have more followers. I need like a cry, like a baby crying sound effect.
I don't really know anything about Kick. I know what Twitch is, but I'm
If you know
old.
what Twitch is, Kick is very similar. Kick is very similar to Twitch. Now, don't go to KIK. You want to go to KICK. I see you, Twisted. I caught you right after Indio 369. Nikki in here. Good to see you. Hey, Jess, what's up? She said congrats with Red 6. All right, I'm going to try and share in the Kick chat and only the Kick chat. Can I? Let's see. All right, do your worst, Twisted fan. All right, we're gonna have to do this while Twisted is rating us on Kick. Where is it? Where is it? Gotta find it before they get in there fully. There it is. Twisted Groove.
In the land of green.
Here's everybody. Let's do that.
There's a man named Twisted, he's the creme de la creme with his
Pop it
wife.
in.
The Twisted Misses side by side. Together they design with cannabis as their guide. Welcome to the house of Twisted Cannabis, where creativity and green meet with the fizz. From designs that dazzle to seeds that sprout. In the world there's no room for doubt.
Everyone's only
She's got
fan.
the touch, she knows the scene. The Twisted Mrs. Creative Queen. Together they build a community so tight. On social media,
Let's
where
go.
the stars shine bright.
Andy
Light up the
and
screen with
Twisted.
every live stream. Prizes,
What up,
laughter,
guys?
it's
Yeah,
the real
Indio.
dream. Join the Canna Fam, they always say, where every member feels
I'll
at
do
home
this
come
guy.
what may.
Whoever
Welcome
this
to the
guy
house
is.
of Twisted Cannabis, where creativity and green meet with the fizz. From designs that dazzle to seeds that sprout. In the world there's no room for doubt.
Heck yeah.
It's more than just plants, it's a family vibe where everyone shares and no one's left outside. Twisted Cannabis, it's the place to be for those who love the leaf and creativity. And there's Waylon, the indoor farmer, he's the man with Twisted sponsorship. He's got the game plan. On his show they play and cheer. Twisted's beans grow year by year. Welcome to the house of Twisted Cannabis, where creativity and green meet with the fizz. From designs that dazzle to seeds that sprout. In the world there's no room for doubt. Twisted, and this is Twisted. They're more than just names. They're pioneers in the cannabis game. So if you're looking for fun
Hi,
and
Kayla.
community, check out twistedcannabis.com. It's the place to be. It's a place to be.
Doing good, brother. How are you? I was live stream. I saw you were live earlier. I'm live, of course, if you want to, but I guess you're all live streamed out. No sleep. Oh yeah, how was the trip to the
They're more than just
hospital?
twisted. They're more than just names.
NyQuil pills,
They're
okay?
pioneers in the cannabis game. So if you're looking for fun and community, check out twistedcannabis.com. It's the place to be.
Place
It's
to
more
be.
than just listed. They're more than just names. They're pioneers. And no one's left.
I don't get that line. I said that no one's left.
Cannabis.
Like, wait a minute. What happened? They kill everybody?
Creme de la creme with his wife. Twisted mixes side by side. Together they design with cannabis as their guide. Welcome to the house of Twisted Cannabis. They're more than just names. They're pioneers.
All right, I guess that's the extent of the kick raid. All right,
I dig
guys.
that theme song. That's like pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good too. Twisted Misses had a tear form up. She said, I thought that was nice of her to say. Let's play a little influencer song.
In the digital age where the fame is made, we've got influencers, they're here to play. Being dangers on the scene, streaming live at 10. With his witty commentary, he's your new best friend. We're the social media stars with life so grand. Living life on camera, we've got it planned. From pictures to memes, we're stealing the show. Smoking live with Twisted Cannabis, watch us grow. Waylon the indoor farmer with his indoor farm shows you how to grow, he'll keep you calm. The man, she's a chaos queen, her life's a thrill. Dabra's always on point with the latest skill. Justin Sider with his rides, Diz with his beats. Smashley's breaking stuff, yeah, she's got the streets. See Steve-O stunts, he's wild and free. Jay Frost with his bars, he's lyrically key. We're the influencers, we shine so bright. Red 6 with the tricks, we're all about the sight. From our phones to your screens, we're all you see. In this digital world, we're the royalty. We're the social media stars with life so grand. Living life on camera, we've got it planned. From pictures to memes, we're stealing the show. Smoking live with Twisted Cannabis, watch us just grow. Waylon the indoor farmer with his indoor farm shows you how to
Number
grow.
two,
He'll
guys.
keep you calm. The mesh, she's a chaos
Are we
queen,
done?
life's a thrill. Dauber's always on
Top
point with the
10.
latest skill. Waylon the
Yeah,
indoor
thanks,
farmer
Bob.
with his
Thanks for
indoor farm
inviting me.
shows you how to grow. He'll keep you calm.
You're
The
welcome
mesh,
to
she's a
check
chaos
out
queen, her
Game Night on
life's a thrill.
Sunday,
Dauber's always on point with the
5:30.
latest skill. Waylon the indoor farmer with his indoor farm shows you how to grow. He'll keep you calm.
I'm gonna
The mesh,
finish
she's a
cleaning
chaos
this
queen,
up
her
here,
life's a
but then
thrill.
we'll
Dauber's
get
always
going.
on point with the
Yeah,
latest
guys,
skill.
go check her out. How would you describe your content? Yeah, describe it.
Good. It's kind of, it's hard to hear you a little bit.
Again,
Was there a question?
how would you describe your content if you had to describe it?
There's a lot of plant stuff, all kinds of varieties of plants. And I'm a pretty good photographer, so it's like pretty good pictures of plants. And I just kind of, I think of stuff I want to do and I do it. And I think everybody else should, even if it's like weird or whatever. You know, like I do all these bonsais. I have Skunk Magazine's edition that just came out. I wrote an article about my bonsais for that. So if anybody picks up
Ooh,
Skunk
bonsai
Magazine.
tree would be awesome.
So yeah, here I got my can of bonsai. I'll show you quick.
Let's see it. Kim, how you doing? You all right over there? Just thinking about food or what? What's the matter?
About going to bed.
Well, I don't want to keep you. That's really cool. It's a bonsai weed tree.
Yeah. So look, they're fishing weights I was using to hold down the branches. They look like hair accessories, and then so usually when I do the bonsais, I use clones because then I like know how they want to grow and kind of like how they want to feed a little bit, you know.
Uh-huh.
But I do the water only, which is a little bit more difficult. So, usually I take a clone and I put it over a rock. I don't cover them like people usually do, but because I have control issues, so I need to like see what's going on. So this is from seed, and I took it out of a 1 gallon, so a bigger container, and I cut off like 50% of the roots and planted it into the smaller container. And then I used a heavier weight on this branch and kind of like made her mad a little bit in the beginning, but she's like,
That is like the only branch of the 4 that doesn't seem as happy as the other one.
yeah. So I had these on rubber bands, like the weights, and the first weight I was using was 1.8 ounces, and so this is like not even, I can't remember. It's got a 14 on it, but I'm not really sure what it is. I can show you the big ones, but so the rubber band, me putting on there, I was like super aggressive, and it like ate up the leaves a bunch. I like did it a few times the first night to like see how it would go. But here, I'll show you the difference. They were like way too big.
Yeah, Twisted. Did you hear the part of that song that had you in it? That second one. Bigger weights.
Yeah, and it like ate up. And so it was a much smaller plant. It was like almost a month ago now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, and I like ate up the leaves and I hurt that branch. But the other ones are doing pretty good.
Interesting.
It's kind of growing out of it.
I had a friend, True Healthcare and Wellness, this sign over here, who did some things like that. I had pots just like that with the faces.
Yeah, they're called potheads. They're so fun.
Potheads.
Yeah. There's like a whole bunch of them these days. They're not that expensive, you know. But so yeah, since this was too heavy, I bought like a smaller kit that has like, they're all like less than an ounce of different sizes, and I've like stacked like multiple ones on there to add weight. So
That's a good idea, though. I've seen other ways to weigh your plants down like that. I personally don't like scrog nets. Obviously, you wouldn't do it in that situation anyway. But I just don't like the scrog nets.
I don't like them because they're not that mobile. It's like hard to get to parts of the plant. That stresses me out. Like I said, I got control issues. So I need
I got
this
Red 6, what do you like?
chaos. This is
So,
too
yeah,
much.
That's a lot.
But this is my usual vibe, like the 4 plants in cages. Usually I do 4 plants and 4x4. These are my keepers. But okay, you were trying to wrap things up, and I started talking.
Cages that are around or like built into the pot so that you can turn the whole thing.
No, so it comes on a roll.
I'm not supposed to hear. He says cages.
Yeah, so I guess I didn't take you down.
Try weed rubs.
I gotta clean these.
I'll be able to get in between rows. Yeah, for sure. People, I think, want to cram too many plants into an area. That's part of the problem. Like you told us like how that happens. So I'm not like talking shit, but like that can happen to the best of us. I had that same thing happen. I had so many plants inside that as they got bigger, I had to move some of them outside because I didn't have enough lights for them. Like that's a rookie mistake right there for sure. Kim, what about you? Do you ever use a scrog net? I for some reason I feel like you've never used a scrog net before, but maybe.
No, I don't grow indoors. And I've
seen people scrog outside.
I don't here. We get more than our share of sunshine here.
And you don't have to worry about the seasons. I mean, can you grow all year long there?
No. We've been down into the 20s.
Oh. Yeah, that probably wouldn't be good.
Yeah. And it's been in the lower temps have been in the 30s for a month, so absolutely not.
Sometimes just a drastic change in temperature from day to night, which I'm sure you probably have there versus, I mean, like we have it here everywhere, but like it's worse in a desert climate.
Yeah.
You could be
it's supposed to be in the 70s this weekend, but in the 30s overnight.
I just remember in Iraq, it could have been 90 degrees at nighttime. 90 degrees would have felt cold because it was so much hotter during the day. It's like, oh, throwing on your jacket. You know, you've got your fleece and your the outer shell or whatever, and then you got the what do you call it? The sleeping bag. The sleeping bag that had the new. Did you have the new ones, Red Six? The ones that was like 3 layers or whatever.
Yeah, it had the thin layer, the thick layer for cold weather, and then it had the Gore-Tex cover to keep the water out.
I think I only used the 1 layer, like the small, the thinnest layer.
I actually slept in one of those, all 3 layers, on the hood of a Humvee in Alaska outside.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That could be interesting, actually.
It was very.
But getting in and out, like, did you take clothes off inside of it?
Yeah, okay. So we were doing a field exercise in Fairbanks, and it was so cold outside at the time that you had to leave all the trucks running, even at night. 24 hours, you had to leave them running, or they would freeze up and shut them off. So at night, I would just, like when you would pull guard duty and stuff like that, I'd be sleeping in my sleeping bag on the hood of the truck that's running, so I've got the heat from the engine keeping me warm. And they would wake me up for guard duty, and I would just kind of climb out of the sleeping bag and into the door. Like I wouldn't even have to really get dressed or nothing until I got inside the truck that was running in heat. So, but yeah, when you were inside it, since the truck was running, you had all that heat and pretty well strip all your clothes off.
I remember being in Wisconsin training before we went overseas, and bro, it was so cold that we could only be outside for 10 minutes was their limit.
Yeah.
Why did you do training in Wisconsin? Your guess is as good as mine on that one. Although the only bone I will throw them in this case is that a desert climate has like many similarities to a Saharan like tundra climate. Like there's like a desert can be in or what am I saying? Like there's crossovers to some of it, covering your skin and exposure to the temperatures. I just don't think that's why. I think it's because we were that was the place where our unit would mobilize from, and that's where we had to go to train from. Like that's pure. It was just that's that. Like too bad. Doesn't matter. We just did it.
Yeah, we trained in Arctic warfare and deployed to just south of Baghdad.
It was so dumb, man. We would have a camelback of water that would be frozen by the time you'd go to try to take a drink out of it. Wow. Oh,
Yeah, because Wisconsin is cold. They get below, they get like around 0.
I think it was -40, but that was like the wind chill or something to that effect.
Isn't that the land of 10,000 lakes or something?
Yeah, right. And this was
No, that's Minnesota.
Is it
Fort
Minnesota?
McCoy. Oh yeah, Minnesota. You're right.
Yeah.
So this was
Even
Fort McCoy.
Out there
Wisconsin.
over there knows.
Come on, come on. Okay, go this way. That's you're happier with that. Okay, this is because it wants me to do this. I know. How does it go? That'd be fucked up if it did something like I didn't know that. Just got this thing. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here, but it's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun. Have a safe weekend. I'm gonna be going to an event with this guy on Saturday at Cookies Dispensary in Peoria Heights. Come down and check us out if you're in the area. It should be fun. I hope there's cookies. Just saying.
There better be.
I just want a cookie. I don't care if it's medicated.
It's called cookies.
But highly Gonginous, you should come on sometime as a grower guest on one of my other shows, and we can really get into growing more heavily. I'd like to bring it up anytime, but for sure, like on a Wednesday or Monday would be cool because then we could kind of go back and forth like grow nerds all day. I had Red 6 on the other day and just like talking growing. It's great. Okay, Kim, I hope you feel better soon. Hopefully you can get some solid food and,
About 3 more weeks.
well, just think of it. It's like a hell of a cleanse, right? Your body's like really like burning through everything it has, so it's going to be good. Yeah, but check out Red 6, Boots to Bushes, to actually help veterans. If you want to help veterans, you can follow Red 6. Oh man, I got to go back and watch that part earlier. I was stone cold to that guy. It was crazy. Anyway, we'll see you guys later. Remember,
Thanks, dude.
install-
This is great.
yeah, where's the best place? You want people like Highly Gonginous on Facebook and on X? I'll go
Yeah,
check us out on X.
I have an Instagram. It's Trey _K _.
Okay.
Yep.
I remember
And
that
then
now.
Highly Gonginous got taken from Instagram.
Selfish plug though, you should join my group on X. It's a community.
Yeah, send me a link for it. But so I just got on X the other day. I broke up with Zuckerberg for Elon. So, but I do have Facebook stuff still. But I'm trying to build my X account because it just started that like 2 days ago. So if you guys are over there, go find me.
Fuck yeah, I'm trying to build over there too. So if we can, build a little community, that'd be great. But anyway, we'll see you guys later. Peace. Remember, we all got to eat.
Yeah, this is for my green thumbs in the game. Wailing the indoor farmer. Check my name. Sustainability, we about to reclaim. This is how we do it, keep it in the frame. I'm Wailing the farmer, the indoor king. Living off the grid, what the city can't bring. Got my hydro setup, my LED lights. Growing all my greens, all through the night. Self-sustain, that's the mission. Growing my own, I'm not missing. Indoor farming, the hustle's real. Whaler's here, and